Rich Tarani with TMC, thanks for watching. We're at ITEXPO 2014. We're in extremely sunny Las Vegas. On the show is Parker Smith. He's with Adtran. Parker, welcome to the show. Welcome back. How are you?
Thank you, Rich. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. So lots of exciting things happening at Adtran, and I think many of us know the company is it's a networking leader. It's been in networking and communications for decades. CSU, DSUs, right? Is that right? Way back in the day.
Yep.
Virtually everyone used your product for that, for CSU, DSU back in the 90s.
That's right.
And since that time, the market's evolved and your product line's evolved as well.
Exactly. You know, we as the market evolved, we ended up really cannibalizing those standalone CSU, DSUs and putting that functionality into the NetVanta router line that really took the place of those standalone routers that our customers previously were connecting those to an external router. And so it was a great natural progression for us to be able to build a product that had all that built into it, all-in-one type functionality.
And it seems like you've gone piece by piece by piece across the network, and now you've got literally products for enterprises of virtually all sizes, and then also carriers, right?
That's right.
Serviced by rural carriers, large carriers, domestic, international.
That's right. On the Enterprise Networks division, we've really focused on both carriers and our value-added resellers with the products that are tailor-fit for small to medium businesses, and we've leveraged the technology that came out of our carrier side for a lot of that technology. The NetVanta 7100, for instance, that's our IP PBX platform. We've also got a lot of customers that do hosted voice, and we've got a lot of resellers and service providers that offer, customer prem-based PBXs like the 7100. It was a natural progression for us to enable that product to be either a CPE-based, customer prem-based PBX or a survivable gateway. And so we introduced this concept of voice migration with that product.
Excellent. Now, what are some of the newer things that are happening?
That's one of the newer things that we've really put some focus on in that particular product line in the last year, and we did that targeting for both service providers and our resellers. We've got so many service providers that are offering a hosted solution, but quite often they're selling their solution to customers that have 4, 5, 6 POTS lines. And today, more often than not, we're seeing a lot of SIP trunks out there, and they're missing that key system functionality that the customer used to have. And that's something that we've put a lot of focus on in our PBX line. And then also for those service providers that are offering hosted but don't have that PBX solution, that's where they might need the NetVanta 7100, SIP trunk connected, and in the event that the customer grows, expands, or changes their deployment model, they can convert that product to the NetVanta 6355 just by changing the firmware in it. Session border controllers, that is really big for us now. That was another natural progression as we started seeing more and more not only our IP PBX solutions, but our competitor solutions being connected to our service provider customers' networks. We enabled the session border controller functionality to scale from 50 concurrent calls to 1,000 concurrent calls. And we can do that in our smaller end, all-in-one solutions, all the way up to a standalone session border controller that can handle 1,000 concurrent calls.
Wow, so basically you're seeing your product line expand with your customer needs.
Absolutely, absolutely. SIP normalization is a big need in that industry right now as IP PBXs and unified communication solutions continue to grow. There's so many different soft switch solutions out there, making them all talk to the different solutions out there and normalizing that SIP.
It's really a SIP to SIP gateway, which is kind of ironic.
That's
but
right.
Funny.
Yeah, and that's key. Last, our Ethernet switch line. We have got an entire product line of Ethernet switches now. One in particular, we've got an 8-port PoE switch that's really focused on small to medium deployments, hosted service providers, as well as being able to extend Ethernet functionality, power over Ethernet at that, for a customer-based PBX. And then our Active Reach technology. That's our product that allows you to convert Ethernet, basically, and run that over Cat3 wiring. You can do 2 wires all the way up to 8 wires, and it can support 100 megabit connection up to 1,800 feet.
Oh, so that's for situations where it's not easy to put in new wiring, basically.
Not easy, maybe it's a historic building, and it just really is prohibitive to run new cabling. This is a more economical and a much easier solution to deploy and take advantage of that old telephone network wiring that is in the premise, and it also gets them past that 300-foot limitation of Ethernet, traditional Ethernet.
It's also worth pointing out that I did an interview yesterday with one of your colleagues on your extensive cloud-managed Wi-Fi solution. So
Correct.
that's another area where you're a strong player.
Yeah, Wi-Fi, our Blue Socket product line, we're now offering, as well as you talked to Mads Lilliland yesterday, and he probably talked about our Pro Cloud solution that is a managed Wi-Fi solution. And we also have a help desk solution for customers that need a help desk environment for their end users to be able to call into for basic connectivity needs, hotels, places like that that offer Wi-Fi connectivity using our access points that are 802.11 AB, GNN, as well as AC. So we've got a couple of new access points that are now AC.
That's great. So what else should we know?
We continue to grow our IP-PBX solution. We're showing the NetVanta 7100, our latest line of IP telephone endpoints that complement those solutions, as well as complement hosted solutions. So the switches, the access points, the session border controllers, our routers, we really do have a complete solution that covers all of the internetworking aspects of a deployment.
Fantastic. Well, thanks for being on the program. This was great.
Thanks for having me, Rich.